Hey guys, this is Kevin from keyword.com here, and today we're going to be going over how to sell 100K contracts to seven-figure businesses. So, before we get into it, we've worked with some clients like Neil Patel, we've worked with Puma, we've worked with Tinder, we've worked with a lot of agencies out there in the market, and we currently have over 2,000 customers and counting. So the first story I'd like to share with you today is Arthur Choi. He runs a successful SEO agency from Australia, and he was able to generate $480,000 in additional recurring revenue within 1 year. So before working with us, what was going on? He was wasting time explaining ranking to his clients, he was losing out potential new customers, and his team was being drained, always firefighting and always battling. Afterwards, he was able to close more deals, he was able to be more efficient, do more outreaching, and most importantly, sell to new clients. And he used data from his own case studies to do this and close new clients and upsell existing customers. Another customer I'd like to share with you is Yashar. So this kid is an absolute genius. He's been in the SEO space for a really long time. He runs a lot of masterminds. He's one of the influencers in the community, and he's been with us for a couple of years. And his results, he increased his client revenue by 3x within 1 year. Before working with us, he didn't have a way to structure all his data in an accessible way. He was unable to scale up his projects because of all the partners and his clients bombarding him with questions. And after working with us, he was able to scale up, generate more revenue, and now he's able to show all his friends and his clients and his family improve what an SEO expert he is. And now he knows from day one where to invest his resources and which sites and who are the winners and losers. There's also a story I like to share for myself. So my passion lies in software and building things, but I've always had an interest in SEO. So as a side project, I started one of these Amazon affiliate sites, and within a few months, I was able to rank this website and start generating a lot of traffic. So this started as a side project, and I actually showed this report to one of my to another business owner. I met him at a conference, and immediately his eyes lit up, and he was very intrigued. And he asked, "Oh, Kevin, can we buy some SEO from you? Can you help us with some SEO?" And I said, "Sure." So a week later, I set up an agency called dofollow.com, and we positioned it to sell high-end backlinks. So within a week, I was also able to sell $20,000 worth of SEO and close my first client. So now that we put that aside, here's a problem that I'm sure that we can all face, right? Does this look familiar to you? Because for me, it's very, very obvious, and I'm being bombarded by this every day. So what's this? This is our own actual keyword.com chat box here. We have people bombarding us, asking us if we want guest posts, telling us we want this and that and that. When we go and look at places like Upwork for freelancers, there's a million people out there, right? Everybody's a ninja, everybody's an expert, rock star, a senior, technical SEO expert. In emails, they're promising first page rankings for $99. There's just too much. There's too much noise in this space. So, who is this for? You're an SEO agency and you want to grow, but you're struggling to fight and compete with other agencies. There's just so many agencies out there that can't prove their results, but you know your SEO works. But you just don't know how to demonstrate this, and closing new clients has got to be easier, and you want to be able to increase lifetime value of existing clients. And ultimately, you want to scale up your agency and make millions of dollars in revenue and finally take that vacation in the Bahamas. So research shows that people are being bombarded with cheap SEO services all day long. So this means if you don't act fast, you can get lost in the sea of agencies. As the internet takes over, brick and mortar businesses are going online. So right now, there's more demand than ever for SEO. You understand that clients are scared to trust agencies, and clients feel that agencies are all smoke and mirrors. Clients have tried different agencies in the past, and they're all very disappointed. They have this deep fear that agencies make outlandish claims and can never deliver. But you know your stuff, but just can't find a way to prove and stand out. You've tried assigning ranking report tasks to team members using spreadsheets, maybe using screenshots, but it never works out and you feel drained. The truth is that this is not your fault, because people are not scalable, but systems are. So, you want to disengage in the daily questions from your clients of asking, how are my rankings doing, and generate more revenue. This is for SEO agencies that are doing sales and want more clients. In the SEO world, everybody's an expert, but not everybody has the numbers to back it up. Who this is not for. So this is important because if you're an SEO agency who only makes money by collecting fees from clients and can't actually deliver results, this is not for you. This is not for you if you don't like to grow and if you're comfortable where you are now. This is not for losers. So how is the market trending right now? As the trends I see and from the industry, as the internet takes over, brick and mortar businesses are getting more tech savvy. Everybody knows about this word SEO, and there's more demand than ever for this. And the truth is that the clients don't care how it's done, but that you can show consistent results. So what do I mean by this? For example, if you told a client, all you have to do is take this pill every day and your rankings will go to number 1. Or you just have to push this button every day at 5 p.m. and your rankings will go to number 1. They'll be like, great, let's do it. So they don't actually care how it's done. They just want they just want a certainty that the results can be delivered as agreed. So the key points. The truth is, in order to build a successful SEO agency, you need to stand out from your competitors. And most SEO agencies can't actually deliver results. And the only reason they're in business is because they're just building clients every day, every month, and collecting fees. So we're the only company that's dedicated to helping SEO agencies create case studies and show ROI to their clients. So before we get into the how-tos and who we are, I want to give you a quick background of our company, who I am for credibility reasons. So Keyword.com, we were founded in 2012. We started off as another tool named SERPbook, but in 2020 we rebranded to Keyword.com. So a bit of a background on me. I started my first e-commerce business at the age of 13. That's when I got into this SEO world, and I actually built Keyword.com as a need for my own businesses. Just the tools out in the market just didn't support what I needed. And right now, I currently am the CEO of 3 businesses, so Keyword.com, Automatic.io, and ShareCount.com. So mostly in the software space, and we've helped thousands of SEO agencies scale up and make a lot of money. I'm also a member of a business group called Entrepreneurs Organization. It's a business group for 7-figure entrepreneurs and up. So in this group, the average CEO age is age 44, but I was fortunate enough to get in at the age of 25. And over the course of this period, I was able to meet a lot of wonderful entrepreneurs and learn a lot so far. During the time when I'm not working, I'm attending conferences, learning, growing. Here are some pictures from our conference last year. We were at the Chiang Mai SEO conference, and as a matter of fact, we were a sponsor there. And at the time, we were sponsoring under SERPbook. So in this conference, it's got the juicy SEO details. The only details you can find at these small technical workshops in Thailand. So that was really fun. So how to sell SEO to 7-figure businesses. So let's get into it. So there's 3 steps on how to sell SEO. But before we get into that, I want to tell you a little bit of a story. So what I discovered while I was in EO, or the Entrepreneurs Organization, the business group, is that 7 and 8 figures and 9-figure businesses, CEOs, they all know deep down inside that they need SEO. They all know that their competitors have an advantage over them if they can do the SEO. And the truth is, I get weekly messages from other CEOs asking me, "Oh, hey Kevin, can you interview my SEO agency I'm about to go with? I don't know if they're good or not." And this always happens. And anytime I tell anybody I'm in the SEO world, they automatically try to use me as a resource. And the reason is because they have a lot of fear, and the fear comes from uncertainty. So they're trying to remove this uncertainty so they can move forward and actually get the results they need. The problem is that agencies cannot actually prove they can deliver results more than the next agency. So how do you cut through all the smoke and mirrors? Again, here's a screenshot from a recent business partner and friend of mine. So he runs an 8-figure business, actually, mid-8-figure business, and he's struggling. He says, he's been burned so many times, and how, in his experience, they just make outlandish claims and they can't ever deliver. So we'll jump into the 3 steps now. So step 1 is to build a track record. So with the new technology that's been developed, there's a way now to get around this, right? in the past, you had to pitch the prospect on the technical details of SEO. Maybe, we're going to create this much content. We're going to make this word length longer. We're going to add these backlinks. You're trying to explain the mechanism to them. So the results of the past was that there was actually no way to prove you were successful in the past and generated your previous clients an ROI, which is what they care about. And the new way, we can use a track record. You can showcase your past results, and this will give you instant authority and convey trust to your clients. So when a client sees a track record, they're more likely to engage. If they're more likely to engage, it's going to bring additional revenue. And how long does it take to establish a track record? Well, the faster you can build and start tracking this case study, the faster you can accomplish this, right? So imagine you start tracking your results from day one. Within a week or within a month, you can actually start building your first case study and use that to show to your next client who you're trying to close. So whereas in the past you had to manually search results and your customers had to spend a lot of time doing manual work on their end, everyone's clicking and seeing where they're ranking, and there's always ranking mismatch. Today, you can use third-party tools to provide verification. In the past, the clients always misdoubted and trust the data source, right? There's no way to authenticate that these data points were accurate, and there's always a conflict of interest because you may be the one generating the reports for them. So how do they know it's real or not? So with today's technology, there's a way to use third-party verification, and this will bring improved credibility. It'll increase social proof, and it will turn existing clients into promoters of your business and your service. So when a client sees third-party verification, it adds additional trust to your track record and brings in additional revenue. And again, how does the client know that the third-party verification is accurate? Well, we actually there should be a way to save a copy of the page that the verificator is seeing. And that way, it's not me saying it, it's not you saying it, it's a third-party verification that's saying it. Step 3, we lead with results. So previously, again, we're trying to win the customer over by explaining SEO to them. We're trying to get the client to like you, maybe explain to them what we're going to do. And the risk of this is you're going to risk making all these big claims and they don't have any proof, or they are unable to gather any proof that it's possible and they can deliver. And the old result led to lower conversion rates, hesitation, and fear of the unknown. The new way is to show results and lead with results, because simple data can help them understand and project the ROI. And when they do that, they can justify their spending and remove the risk. So how long do I need to track results for? The clients just want the results fast as possible. So if you can show a case study that shows a big increase in rankings as little time as possible, they'll feel more comfortable with working with you, and you can accomplish this much faster. So, in summary, as you can see, all you have to do is, number 1, build a track record. Number 2, use third-party verification. And number 3, lead with results. And you can close 7-figure customers that you would otherwise miss out on, and you can upsell to your existing customers, and more importantly, start generating a bunch of revenue. So what's the first option? The first option is to hire a salesperson or marketer. So the skills you actually need to close 7-figure businesses take years to develop, and it would be extremely expensive to hire somebody like this for your company. And junior people will not be able to close these deals without showing a solid track record. They'll become demotivated, your overhead will increase, you have to train and motivate them, and eventually senior salespeople will have to be hired and your margins will be demolished. Your job will no longer be selling SEO, but it's going to be training salespeople, training marketers to sell for you. If you do any outbound prospecting, it will most likely not work. Money will be wasted. But businesses are bombarded every day with hundreds of emails. So your email will most likely get lost in the inbox. It could take you hundreds of emails just to get one reply back. Paid traffic will lead to wasted money. If you have an unoptimized funnel, it's going to cause you to spend unnecessarily more money. And your competitors who have this figured out will be able to outbid you every time and beat you and win that customer over. And because your funnel is unoptimized, your sales cycles are unnecessarily stretched. You will have overspent money and have to hire senior people who can actually close. Now, option 2. Or you can work with keyword.com and be able to close 7-figure businesses at a tiny fraction of the cost in 1 month or less. It's the fastest way to optimize your business process, and you'll be able to close the trust gap quicker, shorten the sales cycle, and close more deals. You'll be able to save more money, hire people with less experience for the same results, which means more money in your pocket, and you can start collecting case studies from day one. You'll be able to show your clients the work you've done. Investors will start chasing you down and investing in your business, and you'll have existing clients coming to you, and after they see the ROI you brought them in, and want to spend more, and therefore increasing their lifetime value. Your existing customers will be so happy that they actually pick the correct agency. They'll be showing these results to their friends, their family, their boss, their coworkers, and new leads will flood in and fill up your pipeline. Again, this is for SEO agencies trying to close 100K contracts and scale their SEO agencies, but can't figure a way to stand out from the competition. This is for those who want to increase conversion rates and shorten their sales cycle. And this is for those who want to systemize the business and scale. So here's another story I want to share with you. This is Mateo, and he's the founder of SEO Heroes Bangkok. So he was able to increase revenue by upselling clients. Again, before he had no way to measure how his clients had no way to measure how much value was being delivered to them. He was wasting his time by manually checking the rankings, and he had no control of the time at all. Afterwards, he was able to systemize business, automate reporting, and generate a bunch of revenue by upselling existing customers. So he was able to set initial benchmarks, and as the campaign progressed, his clients were able to see the ongoing value that his agency was bringing. Another story I want to share with you is a story of a digital marketing forum. The forum is called blackoutworld.com, and it's one of the largest SEO communities on the internet with 9 million digital marketers. And that's me with Damon. He's the founder and CEO of Blackout World there. I had the chance of meeting him at an SEO conference, actually. So what's this all about? Well, there's a forum, there's a section in this forum, and it's for agencies and SEO sellers who sell backlinks and SEO services to help get your site up. So in this section, it's got over 3,600 active listings selling all this stuff. So question, how do you compete and crush your competition? Well, step one, you build a track record. You show your new customers that you're able to always deliver consistent results. You're able to input this much and output this much. And you turn your customers into promoters. So they end up spreading for you and new leads fill in. Step two, lead with results. And step three, using a third-party verification. So step 2 and 3, use a third-party verification to lead with results. So here you have some examples of actually some of the SEO agencies and sellers in this section, in this forum, that are using keyword.com right now in their sales thread to show and demonstrate that they have consistent results. Their keyword rankings are going up. Their clients are getting an ROI. So how effective exactly is keyword.com? So over here, you'll see on the right, we're going to sort by the most successful sale threads in this forum ever in the history of this forum. And as you can see, these are all the top sales threads in this forum who are using keyword.com to showcase and lead with results. So what does this mean? We're trusted by more than 75% of the most successful sellers ever on Blackout World. And they use keyword.com to build and showcase their SEO track record. And this has resulted in millions of dollars for them. And if we do some simple math, this one thread has 2 million views at a 1% conversion. That's at a conservative $120 per order. That's $2.4 million that this seller has generated. So quick and dirty benefits. You're able to close 100K contracts and sell them to 7-figure businesses with little resistance. You're able to sell millions of dollars in SEO. You have to scale up your client base, increase lifetime value, and show actual results that you've worked so hard on. You're able to stand out from all the millions of competitors in the market and finally get the clients you deserve. So we're going to dive into some features here real quick. So we offer easy client group management. You have to put each client to a group, and basically it'll allow you to share the group link to them. So there's a shareable link. You can share that to your client. You can share that to your friends, coworkers, your assistant, anyone you want. It's a publicly shareable link. You'll be able to, as you start tracking your keywords, we're going to keep a snapshot of where each keyword is ranked every single day, so you can easily go back in time and show your client how much ROI they've achieved working with you. You'll be able to schedule email reports and email each group to that client. And what the result of this will be, you'll be able to increase lifetime value and upsell existing customers when they see the ROI. Again, it's 100% white labelable, so you can put your own brand and logo, and you'll be able to automate your workflow. You'll no longer have to set anything up. Everything will be going out automatically on the schedule you want, whether it's daily or weekly or monthly. It'll send the reports out for you. And you can track with 100% accuracy from any location in the world. So it doesn't matter if you're tracking google.com, .ca, co.uk. We can even track down to the city, the zip code. We can track any location in the world. And the beauty of this is that we have 100% verifiable rankings. So this means any keyword positions that we track, we're going to save a page that what we saw. And from this, your clients, anyone can actually go and verify that what we reported was accurate. And of course, we have on-demand updates. So with the click of a button, you can have hundreds of keywords streamed in within seconds. And again, white label everything. You can customize who it's from, your name, subject, the email contents. It'll look like this report came from you, and there'll be no mention of keyword.com. And team access. So you'll be able to invite your team, set different permissions for them, and even restrict them to certain categories or groups that you want them to see. And finally, who doesn't love the cloud? Nothing to set up, nothing to configure. One click, and you're in. So what's next? If you have your internal team put together these reports every month, it would cost you thousands in labor. If you go without these reports, you can miss out on a lot of revenue. And we are less than 1/10 of the price of either of these solutions. So here's what you'll get. You'll get a rank tracker to create and share your case studies. You'll be able to automate all of your reporting and continue to deliver reports to your clients and generate more revenue. And you can sign up for a free trial today at keyword.com/signup. And right now we're keeping our discounted prices low. So we're going to be raising these prices soon. So if any of this rings a bell, make sure you act now or you might miss out. And an extra offer, if you sign up today, we're going to offer you a free strategy call worth $500. And of course, we have a guarantee. If we don't deliver our promises, you don't have to pay a dime. So in summary, if you would be doing these manual reports, you would be toiling, you'd be looking busy, but not producing value. You'll be getting a rank tracker to help build case studies, automate reporting to save time. You'll have a shareable link for you to help close deals, and verifiable reports to help increase trust. You get a free strategy call worth $500. And right now we're keeping our prices low. So if any of this rings a bell again, please act now or you may miss out. And of course, there's a guarantee. So if we don't deliver on promises, you don't pay a dime. So you can sign up here for a free trial at keyword.com/signup. Some quick Q&As. So which regions do you track and support? So we track and support all the regions in the world. So anything you want, any country, to google.com, to google.ca, google.co.uk, anywhere in the world, down to the city, down to the zip code. We don't have any contracts, so you can pay month to month, and if at any point you don't get the value, you can always cancel. So how do I justify the cost to my team, to my boss, to myself, whoever? Well, typically, we would cost in the single-digit percentages of what each client would pay every month. And you'll get this back at a 10x ROI when the clients are able to measure their ROI with you and actually see what the value you bring them. So from upselling clients and new clients coming in, this cost will be justified. And again, how do I know the clients? How do I know that you are the most accurate? Well, again, we have this spyglass feature to verify all the rankings, and this will give a third-party verification. So thanks for listening, and keyword.com/signup for a free trial.